Well, I mean, it's allowed me to wear many hats. You know, maybe the term many hats. I wrote and produced, okay? So the first part really helped me and motivated me to push the envelope, so to speak, creatively. So I really stretched creatively, grew creatively, okay? Because you have to watch it be brought to life from the page, which is, you wait and see, it'll change you. Second part is, as producer, you had to be very logical, which is the opposite of creative. You had to, you know, it's like running a business. You had to get the money and spend the money and make things happen like a manager of a job. So all in all, it really challenged me to be creative and business-like at the same time. Or when I needed to be business, I could switch to business, and when I needed to be creative, I had to switch back. So you had to be able to do that. And it's the only way to... the most difficult part of the film, the special effects. I mean, the creature was designed, created and designed, well, I mean, I wrote it, but I mean, I didn't bring it to life, okay? So this idea of putting this face on here was the director's. And this, you know, making that work on the screen, we had two big special effects guys. We had Bob Kurtzman, who did, I believe he did Army of Darkness, if I'm not mistaken. And also we had Steve Johnson, who did Predator and The Abyss, you know, and also Ghostbusters, you know, that big Stay Puft, he did that when he was like in his 20s. So the biggest challenge was taking the little money we had and finding a way to bring that to life. This is actually, I shouldn't tell you until you have to see the movie, I guess. Well, okay, well, it's made out of plastic bags. Plastic black garbage bags, lots of them. And so the special effects guys took a little heat gun and molded it into a suit that he put on. The suits have all these holes in it that we have a giant vacuum that a woman pushed behind it and it would inflate it. And then we had 17 people called puppeteers walking and creeping on the ground like this, blowing different parts of it. So we'd do this. So yeah, it was very complicated. The climax at the end when things attacking, there were 12 puppeteers lying crisscross like on top of each other, staying like this with the tubes in their mouth blowing on the ground. You can't see them below the camera. So that was the challenge, you know. Steve Johnson, we were lucky to get because he'd been missing for 8 years. He did, you know, the Cat in the Hat, the movie Cat in the Hat. Oh, and also Where the Wild Things Are. You know,
yeah.
He did that, but he quit and went to Costa Rica for 8 years, and he just happened to return to the States, and we bumped into him at the gas station. The director did, and said, "Hey, come with us to Ohio to make this movie." He goes, "Okay." So, thankfully.
Which one would you?
Oh my God, good question. Wow. Well, I can tell you who I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be Angelina because she's a porn star and then she does sex scene. I don't want to do the sex scene. I'll skip that, okay, right off the bat. So I would probably say I like Robert's character the most because he has this retribution, what do you call it, not retribution? He's trying to correct a mistake when you do that. Anyway, Robert's my favorite character in the story. And if I was acting in the movie, what would I be? I would probably be Corey Taylor. He's a Slipknot, the band. Yeah, you know, if you're at a Slipknot. Yeah, you know, he's the lead singer. He's in the movie. I would be his character because he had the most fun because he's crazy. He's like, jumping around.
Helped you like get over?
Yeah, a little bit has. It's helped me in a way to face my fear and be okay with it. I'm afraid of like the water, deep water. I'm afraid of deep water. I can swim. Swimming pools don't bother me so much, but when you get deep, like when you know it's 100 50 or 100 a mile deep, it scares me. So I would dream of being under the water, suffocating and crushed in the depths. So yeah, you don't know what's going to get you in there either. So yeah. So that's my biggest fear now. Bathophobia, I think that's what it is. Fear of taking a bath. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. Okay, well, I wouldn't want to run across, let's start with that one. I wouldn't want to meet Pinhead, because that meant I was going to hell. You know Pinhead from Hellraiser?
Yeah.
They got the pins? Yeah, I wouldn't want to run it because you get that box and I'd be going to hell, so I don't want to run into him. I would say, honestly, I would, and also wouldn't want to run into the chainsaw guy. You know, leather head face, forget that guy. But I could run from him. Pinhead, you can't run from. He'd get you, you know, because he's supernatural. My favorite is Freddy. I mean, I've always grew up with Freddy. Yeah. I mean, I've always wanted him for this movie because of that. You know. I'm from the same town as Nirvana, so Nirvana's my favorite band. I mean, when I grew up, I was already grown up. But I mean, I like my 20s. I mean, I loved Nirvana. I love Nirvana. My high school. You know, do you call it high school here?
Yeah.
You do?
Well, instituto, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, okay. Just from my school, my hometown, you ever heard of Death Cab for Cutie?
Yeah.
They went there.
Yes.
Alice in Chains. Yeah, Pearl Jam. Yeah. And Nirvana, but they didn't go to that school. They went to a different school.
It's similar.
Yeah.
So that's my literature. I'm actually a college professor too. So I teach literature and film. I teach film school sometimes. Not very often, you know. So literary, I like Herman Melville, Moby Dick, and also like especially Nathaniel Hawthorne, which is Scarlet Letter. I don't know if you've heard of Nathaniel Hawthorne. Nathaniel Hawthorne, I mean, the idea of how your thoughts, your thoughts that you have, how if you give them language, you can make them real, you can actually make them physical, was a very big influence on the idea of the fear chamber manifesting your worst fears. You know, because anything that you can think can be made real in some form. You know, if you have a monster that you are afraid of, the monster may not take exact physical form, but it could be a beast in the form of a fear that makes you not want to go outside. Same thing. So Hawthorne writes about that kind of stuff, and I keep pointing over here like I'm talking. But does that answer your question? 1,000 words? Yeah. That's an interesting question. I'm just not sure if I understand it correctly. What would be my idea of a day of horror?
Have fun day, like nocturnal, for example, no?
Well, nocturnal.
Sí, o sea,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, this is the best. I'm not kidding you. This is the best festival. I've been to a lot of festivals, especially with this movie. A lot of festivals. This is by far the best. By far. Because I get to hang out with the people at the festival. You know? That's cool. You know? You don't get to do that very often. You know, I did Scream Fest. I mean,
the people are
they want you to show up and show you're moving by. What was that?
The people are crazy in Madrid.
Good crazy. You know, Madrid is, what I like about Madrid, people live their life. It sounds funny, but they live to live. They don't live to work. Okay? United States, they live to work, unfortunately. So Madrid, they work hard, but they live to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They enjoy life.
This is very important.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
We understand better that.
It's difficult, but
So that's what I love. That's one of the. This amazing. It's amazing. It took a 12-hour flight to get here. Yeah. This is Los Angeles. I'm actually from, like I say, I'm from the Seattle area. I go up to Seattle once a month, just because my mom's up there and stuff. But I have to go to Seattle to reground because I don't like the life. I don't like the energy in the LA. It's too. It murders my soul. you know?
So that's the horror.
Yeah, there you go. The soul murdering daily life that I have to live. So every day is a horror. The horror, you know? Yeah, you know? Yeah, there's an interesting story if you've got time for it. Where I grew up, it's very spiritual land. You know, the Native Americans, the Indians, that were the indigenous people of my country. Right? We're all immigrants.
We know.
Yeah. Anybody who says that they're immigrants, all of us. Okay? Or they're like me, or what we call Heinz 57. I am a combination of 12 different countries. 12 different countries. You know, through my ancestry. So, there's a story that we're all told when we're 13 or 14, that we will all have the same dream. Exact same recurring dream. I still have it today when I'm up there every once in a while. I'll go up there in the summer and I'll have it. The dream is this. It's murky dark, right? Just before dawn. You know how it's always sometimes extra dark before dawn?
Yeah.
Where there's a lot of bays, water channels up there in Puget Sound, right? Where I'm from. And out of the water, out of the surf, the water, comes a Native American man, or a person. You can't tell if it's male or female. And they're naked, you know, because you don't really notice with male or female. You don't notice. But anyway, they come out, they approach me, and they hold out, I have a picture actually of it, holding a human heart. And they say one sentence, I am the heart of the land. And then you wake up. The dream is always the same. And to me, it means that you are part of that land. And I think that's the reason why there's so much great music, you know, innovation music, you know, because Jimi Hendrix is from there too, you know.
Yeah.
And it's because the land, of the soil, you know, is permeated, is thick with cultures and beliefs that, you know, that it becomes the land. And you become that, become spiritualized by it. You can feel it. I feel different up there when I'm in my hometown than I do in LA. LA, I have cement jungle. I don't like Los Angeles at all. Never have. But I have to live there to make movies, you know? I'll show you this picture if you got a second. Can I show you?
Yeah.
Okay, Alice in Chains. You've heard of Alice in Chains, right? On their latest, well, it was two albums ago. They had a pull out, you know, opened up, and that's the image of that recurring dream.
Yeah.
They have it because they've had that dream. I'll show you a picture of what I mean, okay? This is exactly what it looks like. That sounded good. He exploded out there. Goodness. Okay, hang on. Hope he's okay. Oh, there he is. She is, okay. This person is of the land, you see. That's the indigenous population.
It's a really good picture.
Yeah, isn't it cool? People get freaked out because it's a human heart, but that's life. That's the heart of heart. Yeah. To me, that human heart and the heart of the land at the same time, you know? Bob Kurt's open to that.
And what is your biggest dream for the future?
Biggest dream?
Yes.
Direct. Yeah. Direct a romantic comedy, hopefully part 2 or 3 of this. I don't know if I'm going to direct part 2, 3 maybe. Special effects are hard.
What projects and challenges have for the year?
Pardon?
For the year.
Sí,
Oh.
yes.
What project do you have for this year?
I have this thing called Matchbreakers, which is a romantic comedy about cheaters. You know, people cheating constantly, either on each other or stealing at the same time. Terrible fucking people that fall in love, that we can root for, but we don't like, but we want to root for them anyway. Okay? Because we all sometimes we want something and we may not know how to get it, but we desire something we cannot have, and so we cheat to get it. So that's what I'm working on now. I'm working on the sequel to this. I have like 6 ideas. I mean, there's a studio idea I'm working on, a war action piece. I'm far away from finishing that. So, yeah. Oh, what the heck am I doing? I'm producing another movie in about 2 weeks, for Christ's sakes. Yeah, I forgot about it. Shit. No, when I fly out of here, I have to fly to Ohio to work on a thriller that I'm only producing. I'm not writing. Yeah. It's called